So this is the income statement, vertical income statement of Messrs Avinash Limited. The sale is 20 lakhs. So we write here the sales 20 lakhs. Then the return inward 50,000. So return inward 50,000 is deducted from the sales. Return inward, in other words, it is a sales return. So it is deducted. Then the opening stock of raw material 1,10,000. Yes, 1,10,000 likewise shown here. Opening stock of raw material. Then the purchase of raw material 5 lakhs. So purchase is added to the opening stock of raw material. Then the staff salary 1,50,000. So the staff salary is the office and administrative expenses. So it is shown under the staff salary is 1,50,000. So it is a office and administrative expenditure. So that was shown here, office under office and administrative expenses. Staff salary 1,50,000. The next item is salesman salary 25,000. So it is sale expenditure. So it is shown under the head selling and distribution expenses, salesman salary 25,000. Next one is the sales commission allowed 5,000. So this, it is the commission, and it is considered it is on a sale. That's why it is shown here 5,000. Okay. Then after the proposed dividend 1,50,000. Sorry, salesman salary is 25,000. This is also shown under here. Then after the proposed dividend 1,50,000. The proposed dividend is a appropriation, so it is shown under the head appropriation. It is at the end of the statements. Proposed dividend 1,50,000. Hmm? Next item, bank charges 10,000. So bank charges are the finance expenditures. Okay, the finance expenditures shown under the, sorry, bank charges are shown under the head finance charges, finance expenses 10,000. Next one, the exhibition expenses. So exhibitions are done or exhibitions are conducted for increasing the sales. So these 35,000 are shown as a selling expenses, and it is shown here 35,000. Okay, so it is a selling distribution expenditure, exhibition expenses. Next item you have freight inward 40,000. So freight inward is paid on a material. Okay, freight inward means it is a freight given to carry the material from the third party to the company or to the godown of a company. So it is a freight inward is a material expenditure or a factory or manufacturing related expenditure. So it is shown here 40,000. It will form part of the cost of material, and it is shown here freight inward. Okay, then okay, uh, you can see here 40,000. Then the next item is repairs of computer 5,000. Repairs of computer, so computer is most of the times used in office, so it is a office expenditure, office and administration expenditure. So these computer repairs are shown under the office and administration expenses here 5,000. Okay, next is your office rent and insurance 45,000. So directly it is office rent, so it should be shown under administrative expenses 45,000. So it is shown here. Okay. Then the next one is the closing stock of WIP, closing stock of work in progress. So work in progress, it is an incomplete production or the material or the production which is in progress only. So it is related to factory or the manufacturing. So this should be, as it is a closing stock, so closing stock should be deducted So this closing stock of WIP is deducted from cost of production. So that was shown here, and it is deducted here. Closing stock of WIP 40,000. Hmm? Okay. Then the next item is your debenture interest 50,000. So this debenture interest means the interest. Okay, so interest should be shown separately. That's why after operating expenditure, or the interest is deducted from the operating profit. So it is shown here, interest on debenture and deducted from the net profit before interest. Okay, it is a operating profit only. Net profit before interest is your operating profit because it is deducted from the gross profit. The all operating expenses are deducted from the gross margin, so it is also called as a operating profit or the net profit before interest, and we have to deduct this interest from that. Hmm? Then the next thing what we have to deduct is, show is wages 70,000. So it is directly a manufacturing cost. So wages are shown here in a cost of production head. Under cost of production head, wages are shown here. After cost of material, wages will be added. Are the Then the loss on sale of machinery. So loss on sale of machinery is a non-operating expenditure, because operating expenditure is what the business or the trading or the day-to-day activity in which we are doing the business is the operating activity, and the expenditure which are incurred for operating the business is the operating expenditure. But non-operating expenditure means other than the operating expenditure or the operating income. If any expenditure or if any income is there, then it is called as a non-operating income or non-operating expenditure. So in this case, the loss on sale of machinery 10,000 is your non-operating expenditure. It is a loss, that's why it is said as a expenditure. 10,000. Okay. So this 10,000, so this 10,000 is shown here, non-operating expenditure. The head, non-operating expenditure. So it is shown here, 10,000. Okay. Next one, purchase of finished goods. The purchase of finished goods, again it is a cost of production item, and we have added this purchase of finished goods here. Add the purchase of finished goods in after adding the factory expenses, we have to add this purchase of finished goods also. Next one, printing and stationery 5,000. Printing and stationery, so mostly office use the stationery or go for the printing and getting a xerox of documents is all related with the office work. That's why this printing and stationery shown here, 5,000. Okay. Next one is the interest received on investment 40,000. So this interest received on investment. Investment means it is not an operating activity, because investing is not our operating activity. Operating activity means the activity in which we are doing the business. So investment is not our business. Okay. So investment is the or the money which is left after spending or after paying off all the liability of business. If any money is left with our business, then we go for further investment to get a return on that. So that's why it is a non-operating income, and 40,000 is shown likewise under the head non-operating income, and it is added. 40,000 is added, but it is added after net profit after interest. So net profit after interest, we get here it like 80,000, and then after we added the non-operating income and we deducted this non-operating expenses. Okay, next item is your direct expenses. Direct expenses means the expenses related to manufacturing. So these are shown here, direct expenses 50,000. Next one is your provision for income tax. So it is the last item. So it is shown here. After that, we left with only the appropriation. So the provision for income tax is deducted here from your net profit before tax. So whatever the profit left after paying off all the operating non-operating expenses and adding the operating and non-operating income, what is left is your net profit before tax, and from that or on that we have to make a provision for income tax. So it is deducted from this net profit before tax. After that, we have a profit and loss credit. What is this credit balance means? It is a profit. So this profit is the opening balance of profit and loss account. Okay, why? Because it is in a trial balance and it is have a debit balance. That's why it is a profit and loss, sorry, it has a credit balance. That's why it is a opening stock opening profit and loss balance 2,40,000, and this 2,40,000 opening profit and loss should be added, okay, to the net profit after tax. So it is added here 2,40,000. And next item, closing stock of raw material, as it is a closing stock, so it should be deducted. All the closing stock of finished goods, closing stock of WIP, closing stock of raw material, all the closing stock should be deducted while calculating the cost of production. Cost of production means what the cost of production includes? It includes first the material cost. Then in case of material cost, all the costs related to material, then it may consist of the opening stock of material, purchase of material, then the freight on material. Okay, so all these things consist of or all these things make a material cost, but the closing stock of material, raw material, should be deducted from a material cost. That's why this 80,000 is deducted here in a cost of material. The 80,000 your closing stock of material is deducted. Okay, so see here, it is deducted, then only we will get a cost of material. Okay, next item you have depreciation on patterns. So what is the patterns? Patterns. Asmita, mute yourself. What is the patterns? 10,000. Patterns means the structure, or you may know that the name comes with the patents and patterns. So patterns are the way of procedure, the way of conducting the system. So all these things comes under the patterns, or the any system for production of particular product. So this is the pattern, and this is registered one. So and it is an intangible asset. Intangible, that means we can't see or touch that asset, but that is there, the system is there. By following that system we are getting the profit, or we are able to produce that type of product. So for example, if we are the manufacturer of the fridge, then for fridge we should have a pattern. That means any defined structure should be there, and all things should be structured one and properly said in that patterns. Then only we can go for production of that fridge. So it is a pattern, and this is intangible assets, and we have to purchase that, or we have to develop that system, and for developing the cost of developing that pattern or the cost of purchasing that pattern should be depreciated accordingly. So it is a depreciation on patterns, and this 10,000 is obviously related to cost of production, because this cost is related with the manufacturing or production of product. That's why this 10,000 is shown under this cost of production head, and this depreciation shown here 10,000 pattern and depreciation on pattern. Okay, the next item you have in your trial balance is the sale of scrap 20,000. So what is the sale of scrap? The sale of scrap is the scrap of raw material or the scrap of finished goods. That means it can't be used, or it can't be sold in a market for a as a normal product, because it may have some defects, or it may not have the standard quality which we are going to sold in a market. That's why this is considered as a scrap. Okay, so this scrap is sold by a company uh, directly from a factory itself. So this scrap never comes to showroom. These scraps are not sold in a market as a finished goods or as a normal product. Or the what is the scrap? The scrap is the lower quality goods or the defective goods in a factory, and that's why this scrap is deducted. 20,000 scrap is deducted from this cost of production, because it is going to decrease our cost of production as we are selling this scrap and getting some money in a business. So it is deducted here, 20,000 sale of scrap. Okay, the next one. Mhm. Okay. Next item is, last one is the depreciation on machinery, 20,000. So machinery obviously are used in a manufacturing. So it is a cost of production item, and 20,000 is likewise shown here in a cost of production. Depreciation on machinery 20,000. So here we transfer all the information given to us in a vertical form, and now we have to close this vertical income statement. So the vertical income statement, while closing this vertical income statement, we have to deduct all the expenditures and appropriations, and we have to add the all incomes. Okay, but it should be deducted, all the expenditures should be deducted from sales. So first item should be sale, but it is a net sale. For that purpose we have to deduct this return inward or the sales inward or any discount, and then after, or the allowances should be deducted from sales, and then after we will get this net sale. And after getting this net sale we have to deduct the cost of production. So before how the cost of production consists, how the cost of production is formed. Cost of production having items like cost of material, then the wages, then the direct expenses, then the factory expenses. See here, you can see that these items are the materials related. So it is a cost of material, then this one is the wages, then the direct expenses are added, then the factory expenses are added. Okay, so if any factory rent is there, then that can be added here, cost of product in a cost of production. Then we have to deduct the closing stock of finished goods, closing stock of WIP, or if any opening stock of finished goods or opening stock of WIP is there, we have to add likewise. Also we have to add the purchase of finished goods, purchase of WIP, and after that we have to also have to deduct the sale of scrap, and finally we get this cost of production. Okay, so this cost of production means the all cost which are required for manufacturing, which are required for production. So this cost of production, after arriving this cost of production by adding all manufacturing cost, we have to deduct this cost of production from the sales, net sales. And after deducting this cost of production from net sales, we get a gross margin or the gross profit. So this gross profit is the net of net of sales after deducting cost of production. Then we have to deduct operating expenses from gross margin. So operating expenses are of three types: administrative expenses, selling distribution expenses, finance expenses. So all these three expenditures are the operating expenditures, and this should be deducted from this gross margin, and then we will get this net profit before interest. Because interest, though it is a finance expenditure, but it should be shown separately. It is our it is given in our format, vertical income statement format. It is given that we have to show the interest separately. It should not be considered as a finance expenditure, so it is shown separately here, and it is deducted. And after deducting this interest on debenture or the interest charges, we from the net profit before interest, we will get the net profit after interest. Okay, so this is net profit before interest, also known as a net operating profit. Net operating profit, or it is what we say that net profit before interest is also known as a net operating profit. Okay, so we have to deduct this interest, we will get the net profit after interest. Then we have to add the non-operating income and deduct the non-operating expenditures, so we can get the net profit before tax. So we have to provide the on this net profit before tax. After providing the tax, we will get a net profit after tax, and then we have to add any opening profits are there, and also we have to deduct the appropriations. So here we deducted the dividend, which is the one of the appropriation, and finally we get this net profit carried to balance sheet. Okay, this is the retained earnings. We can also say it is a retained earning. Retained earning means the profit which remains with the company, so it is called as a retained earning. It is none other than net profit carried to balance sheet, and this net profit is shown in a reserve surplus head in a balance sheet. Okay, so here we completed this problem. So